Oh shit! I didn't even real. Oh man. Oh man. I didn't realize that. Shit, that's even if it continues to drop here. Ah, damn, dude. Okay. Oh my. Okay, dude. All right, man. Dude. 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 Oh my god, man. Ah. Mm. Man, that is just so freaking frustrating, man. Come. Yeah. What? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, you know, I don't know, man. It's very interesting that this thing keeps finding my stop. It's very interesting that that just keeps occurring. Mm. No, 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 no! Damn it! No, nah, no, no. Damn it. 905. I mean, I'm playing in supply. Oh shit. I was about to say I'm in supply right now, so I have to kind of watch out, but honestly, I don't even know. No, I'm in the sim. No, no, I'm in the sim. No, no. I'm in the sim. No. No, I'm in the sim. No. 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 I'm in the sim. No. Oh, no. No. I'm in the sim. I was in the sim the whole time. I was like, dude, I was looking at my thing. I was like, dude, why is my P&L not going up? In the sim. God damn it. Ah, man. Damn it. All right, well. I mean, should I take that as, you know what? You know, man, I should just take that as a sign, right? Should just take that as a sign. Man, damn it. Ugh. And that's why I don't like Lucid, man. This is why I don't like this account. I don't like it. I don't like it. I really don't like it, man. I don't like it. I don't fucking like it, dude. I don't like it. It doesn't fill my orders. well, let's see how it closes. You know what, man? You know what? Shit, I would have been done if I yeah. Mm. Mm. I mean, if we kind of get a break there, I'll try to look for an early entry right there. Okay, well, never mind. Either this thing fills or it doesn't. Hmm. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Damn it. Yeah, that's what I'm fucking talking about, baby. Damn, 2K. Let's fucking go. I got my money back from yesterday. I told y'all I was gonna get my shit back. I was gonna get my shit back from yesterday. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let me disconnect this. I'm done. It's gonna get my shit back. But I totally just fucked up my consistency though. I totally fucked that shit up. Fuck that shit up. I fucked that shit up, man. My consistency rule is done. That shit is done now. That shit is done. That shit is done, man. God damn. Well, you know, hey, I got my money back, damn it. Shit. Lucid thought they had me fucked up. It's gonna get my shit back. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Ooh, the life of a gambler, huh? That's shit. That's what us. That's what the gamblers. That's what we chasing. That feeling. But let me close out of this shit because I don't want to give none of this back. I got my money back. Oh shit. Got my money back, so that's all that matters. Yeah, let me just cancel out of that. Cool. All right. Whew. So I made money in my Lucid account. I made money in my Tradeify account. So I'm kind of done. I made money in my Lucid account today. Moving forward, I'm only going to risk $750 per trade in this account because I think I got a repeatable strategy, man. I mean, today actually, you know what? Yeah, so I already got this account locked up. I already got my okay. Hold on, guys. I gotta give my Twincess a kiss real quick. Hold on. Nah, I said my Twincess. My princess, my twin. That's a princess. My Twincess. I learned that I learned that word from a short. I think the creator name is Just Jalen, and he was the first person that I've heard of that used the term twincest, and I like that. Uh, it's very casual. I don't like using that word wife. I don't like using that word girlfriend. Partner was a compromise, but I feel like twincest is it's a perfect word to describe your other half. Perfect word. It gives her her own autonomy. She's our own person. When we come together, we just mix. We resonate. So lately I've been kind of studying. Well, not lately, but I kind of put this to the side. But I have been studying law. Words matter. Uh, just because words are not being executed or implemented in some people's lives, it doesn't mean that they like when you go into a court of law, just understand that every word that you say, every word that is written, they say the pen is mightier than the sword. When it comes to the law of the land, that is definitely true, and the words matter. That word wife, uh, it's I mean, I understand that, in modern times, I mean, no one doesn't use that word the way that it is written, but the reason why wives, or I guess the husband, had to give up half of everything that he owned is because, obviously wives were considered property. They were considered subservient property, kind of like slaves property. They couldn't own anything. They couldn't make their own money. They couldn't vote and blah 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 blah. And that's why if they were to ever be divorced, they would be SOL because they would have no means to support themselves. But obviously, in modern times, that's no longer true. But it doesn't mean that believe this or not, the law is still kind of written that way. That's why, I mean, us men, we got to give up 50% of our shit to them. Even though women are allowed, or wives are allowed to own stuff now, the law is still written as if they don't. That's why we have to give up. That's why you really won't ever see a man in this situation. I mean, there are special cases, but usually you're not going to see a man because the law is written in a way that women can't harm men. Only men can harm women, which I found that very weird when, I was actually just reviewing it. I think we spoke about this before, but women can't legally rape you. It's written into law. Now, obviously, if you report that, a woman sexually assaulted you and it can be proven, she'll probably be arrested and put to jail. But the way that the law is written, women cannot rape men. Only men can rape women. A husband can never be charged with raping his wife because that's technically impossible because his wife is his property. So he can't. She is subservient to him. That's how the law is written. So found that very interesting, and honestly, it makes a lot of sense why things are the way that they are now. I know a lot of people say that, if a man does something, if he does anything close to what women get away with nowadays, he would be locked underneath the jail. And that's true because men, at least in the way that law is written, are held to a higher standard. You're supposed to know better. You're supposed to know better. And regardless if you're aware of it or not, even if you're not of the educational level of those with high degrees, and we're not talking about college degrees, we're talking about degrees in kind of like I guess like with Freemasons with like their 33 degrees, stuff like that as an example, right? You are held to that standard even though you may not be aware of it. And I would highly recommend to just look up some of the laws in your state and fully understand the laws of your state and what you're being governed under. Because you'll be surprised about some of the things like here in Texas. Like let's just say that I got married, right? And my wife, she goes out and she has a child by another man. By law, that's my child, even though biologically it's not. Isn't that crazy? It's my child because it is assumed that it is my child because it's my wife. It came from her. Even if she were to step out and have a child by some other man, I would be legally responsible for it. Now there are things in place to where you can go and have it proven that okay, you're not the father, and the responsibility is actually put on the biological father. But if that does not happen, you are legally responsible for that child. That is crazy. That is crazy. Yeah. Like I said, I like to understand things, and I think I think it would be very beneficial to understand the laws that of the state that you live in, and understand if you sign contracts, and just to put it simply, I think it's what is called tort law. When you make agreements and you sign it into law, understand that you are. I mean, not. I don't feel like nowadays. I don't feel like nowadays people are held accountable for the contracts that they're signing. It really depends on who you sign your contract with because uh, when you take out a loan, I mean that is a contract that you're making with the lender, and that you'll pay back the amount of the loan plus whatever interest. But I mean, nothing's really going to happen if you default on that loan or nothing. I mean, back in the day, they probably would have hunted you down, they would have sued you, and they would have garnished your wages. But nowadays, it's like, well, we just write it off on our taxes. Yeah, so you say you can see me on the back porch sipping wine coolers? Mm. Yeah, J Store, you have the right to divorce that person for sure, but well, at least here in Texas, you are still legally obligated for that child. You have to be recognized as not the child's father, and you have to go to court for that. I've seen it. I thought that was the craziest thing because what Texas is I think it's called what, Christian law? Let me look this up. Let me see the correct term for it. But here in Texas, you are assumed to be the father if your wife has a child. And so accordingly, so under Texas Family Code, under 160.204 is called the presumption of paternity. And you have to go and go to a court and be recognized as not the child's father. If that doesn't happen, any child support, any assistance that's given to the child, the father will be responsible for that until he goes in front of a judge and and the other person recognized themselves as a biological father, which it's freaking crazy, man. That's crazy. But it's interesting that a lot of the laws, I mean, obviously in modern times, you don't necessarily see them being executed, but they're still there. That's why Trump, he's able to use these old laws to get the things that he needs to get done when it comes to immigration. He's using laws that were written like what, 80 years ago or some shit like that, and laws that were written for, you know, certain situations, not, and he's just using words and he's interpreting the law to fit his narrative so he can do what he needs to get done to fulfill his what is it called, his campaign promise. And the key word is the interpretation of law. As I'm reviewing because like I said, I'm low key like right there. Like what I do as a career is almost so close to the things that lawyers are doing. I might as well be a lawyer because we're not held to the same standard, but we kind of are. With my reports, I have to reference so many documents. I have to reference policy. It's so close that I might as well be one. And I work close, actually, we have a policy team within our team that I have to work close with. So I'm always dealing with documentation, policy, things of that nature. It's so close. But yeah, a lot of these laws, I mean, they're there. You just have to understand them and be aware of them. And yeah. But investors, yeah, never mind. Yeah, it's not that serious. Honestly, John, I don't think she would respond. I don't think you'll get a good response. But that is exactly how the law is written. I mean, she'll well, I'm not gonna say that and use you as an example, but I don't think wives care if they get to that point to where, you know, they don't want to be married to you anymore. The law is written to where they have the right to take half of your shit that you work for. Dude, I've seen, back when I was working in office, I've seen something that was, I actually seen it up close and firsthand. Like, that was like probably the worst week for that dude. The worst week. He was getting divorced. I guess his wife stepped out on him and they were getting divorced. And obviously the legal fees were getting to him, so he needed to get another job because the job at the time wasn't, you know, paying enough, right? So as he was applying for new jobs, for whatever reason, he printed his resume and everything else on like the office printer, and he left it there. And the senior management at the time actually saw it. And so they was like, so I guess he's looking for a new job. So they fired him, right? I was like, what? But before they fired him, he was getting his car repossessed. Like, the tow truck was literally towing his car out of the parking lot in front of everybody during lunchtime. So everybody saw this man had to come outside and get his vehicle towed because he missed a couple of payments. Because like I said, he was getting divorced. It was getting expensive. He was behind on, and then he had to stay in a hotel while his wife stayed in the house, which is fucking crazy. And he just couldn't afford it, so he got fired. He got his car freaking towed in front of everybody, and it was just a very, very depressing thing to see firsthand. Depressing. Because I know a lot of men that just happens to a lot of men, man. Because it's just how the law is written. I mean, that's just how it is. I mean, you pay for the house, it's in your name, but If you get into the divorce, somebody else would tell you that you have to continue to pay for your house, but you cannot live in it. What kind of shit is that? You can't live in the house that you're paying for. And we all know what happens after that. I mean, I think we all know. If you're not in the house, we all know that somebody else is there. We know that. So, uh, and Investor Z, the reason why this started is because this is why I don't use the term. This is why I don't call my partner my wife, because I understand what that word really, or at least how it's written in law, what that word means. I don't want her to be my property. I don't want to be responsible for her when we go our separate ways. Or I don't want to say when, but if we go our separate ways, I do not want to be responsible for her. I just want to take care of our kids. She lives her life. I live my life. We don't have to go and sit in front of nobody. I don't have to ask permission to leave her, and that's something else. That's like you got to ask permission to be divorced, and you got to pay for that shit. Like, dude, I really don't understand the whole point of marriage in terms of like the legal part of it. I mean, yeah. Mm. You saying that the Wi-Fi is going out? Maybe it's because what we're talking about. Maybe I shouldn't be talking about it. He's talking too much. He's talking too much. He should just be trading. Hold on real quick, guys. My daughter's crying. Hold on. All right. So JSTOR says marriage by law revolves around taxes and how women did not work or paying for other, but we're paying for another adult person. Mm. 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 You asked how my other accounts are going? Well, like I said, I made my money back well, actually I didn't. I lost $2,700 yesterday, but I'm okay with the 1,900 that I just made. I'm okay with that. I can start over, or not necessarily start over, but I can get the, like, what is that, $800? That's fine. That's not a big deal. I think what I'm gonna do actually is let me see something. Let me see something. I think what I'm gonna do is even though I can't lock the account, even though I can't lock it, this thing gave me a freaking. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, I could. So I put a daily loss limit on that account of $200. I just want to take one trade. I guess if I get pissed off enough, I'll probably come in and change it, but hopefully I don't. Hopefully I don't. Well, I mean, well, I wouldn't have made as much money, but when I was trading in the sim, so I guess that was kind of a good thing that I noticed I was trading in the sim and I was able to catch that move. Well, I mean, shit. I know I would do it. I know I would do it. I know I'm gonna do it. I already know I'm gonna do it. But I mean, if I circumvent this, then I have to really question. Okay. All right. So hopefully this will work. But it didn't work on it didn't work with my funded futures. So I mean, the daily loss limit didn't work. All right. So I got Trade-of-8 blocked. Stop trading on Tilt, Sherm. Stop trading on Tilt. He said, "Oh, who? Oh no. I mean, shit. She's probably in another room. She's probably in another room." You know, that's very interesting because I don't. I realized that the relationship that I've structured for me and her is very different. It wouldn't be, I guess it would kind of be abnormal to a lot of people, but it works. It works. It works. Because girls nowadays don't want to be necessarily tied down. They don't. And I don't want to be. If I can kind of explain the dynamics of our relationship, we don't argue. I've made it very clear earlier on what my expectations are. I made it very clear. And over time, they have not changed. And I think because I haven't changed and I've basically maintained what I've meant, because, you know, anyway, because I've maintained what I've meant from the beginning, it's understood. I'm not going to go through your phone, and don't go through mine. I'm not going to, if we agree to be exclusive, then we're exclusive, and I expect the same thing from you. I don't expect, or I don't accept any excuses other than what we agreed upon from the beginning, because I made it very clear, because at the time I was doing my thing. Women come and go. I mean, that's, you can't chase women. If you chase them, they'll turn around and try to punch you. It's kind of in their nature to do that. They come, they go. I made it very clear that I don't play those games. You go, you're gone forever. I don't play those coming back and forth games. But at the same time, because of how I came up, you know, I've been with plenty of women, and honestly, I've already shared that, you know, when I was 20, 21, I mean, I've been on the other side of, it. I've been the other guy a lot. At the time, I didn't care. I didn't understand what I was doing. I didn't understand the dangers that I was putting myself in. Let me just be very clear about that. What I understand now, what I was doing was very dangerous. But when I was young and dumb, I didn't care. I thought it was a badge of honor. Been the other guy. I've seen the darkness. That right there should have actually made me hate women, made me not even trust them. And it almost did. I feel like it was a test because, those women stepped out on their partners. Their partners thought that they were, you know, at their friend's house, talking it over, getting over. But yeah, they was getting it over all right. And they was getting over it with my help. And when you see that, you just don't trust them, because if you do it to somebody else, then it will be done to you. And it was done to me. It was. The person that I was before her, she was doing that. And Again, that right there could have made me not trust women, not like them. But the way that I am, the way that I think, it's like I'm not gonna let nobody beat me like that. Yeah, this person wasn't, I guess, quote unquote faithful, but at the same time, I was young. I didn't set boundaries. I wasn't as financially stable as I am now. For obvious reasons. I'm like 20 years old, fresh out the military, in school. So, the amount of resources that I had at the time was not. And then I didn't understand that, I was competing with older guys that had their resources. At the time, I would have been considered, what is it, a buck? I was the person that fucked, but I didn't have the financial stability or the leadership or the understanding to be the head of household per se. I didn't have that, but I can definitely fuck somebody, right? And that's what I was. At the time, I didn't understand it and I didn't have a problem with it. But now, well, obviously, as you mature, you understand that, yeah, obviously. So, yeah, like I said, I've seen the dark side of all of it. I've seen it. I've been a part of it. I partook in it. And I will say that it was something that kind of, I guess I wouldn't say it wouldn't shaped it, but it kind of, that's why I have the boundaries that I have. If it comes across my desk the first time, then I know it's not the first time. It's just the first time that I'm finding out about it. And because I was on the other side, I'm not going to be naive about it. I'm just going to accept the fact that that happened. I have no control over it. Obviously, I could be hurt because someone betrayed my trust. But what I won't do is forgive. What I won't do is give you another opportunity to do that again. And then if you find yourself in a situation where you find your partner and they stepped out on you and they know that and you forgive them and you bring them back on, they will have zero respect for you. Zero. That's just how girls think. I understand as men, we're very noble, we're very caring, we're very forgiving. We want to see the grand picture. But with women, it's literally respect. How can she respect you if you don't respect yourself? Just think about that. How can she respect you when you don't respect yourself? You don't have boundaries. Now you found out that she was with another man. She opened herself up to somebody else and you forgive her. How can she respect that? She can't. And I found that out the hard way. Found it out the hard way. And now I just know that I know how to move forward with situations like that. And the crazy thing is, once I came to understand, that other person that felt that they didn't have to respect me anymore, the person that can openly disrespect me back in those days, she tries to reach out now and like, oh, I'm sorry, because I set a boundary. She thought I was playing because I set the tone that all she had to do is blah, 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 cry, blah, 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 blah. And because I'm thinking of our kids, I'll forgive her. And that's the tone that I set. But I said no. And all of a sudden now all this respect is there. All of a sudden, oh, we should be cordial now. I mean what I said. I meant what I said. And I'll continue to mean it. And I'll continue to show her with my actions. And because I'm showing her with my actions, all of a sudden now, it's, oh, please, talk to me. I'm sorry for the things that I did. Blah, 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 blah. It's just how they are. It's just how they are. So, I'm kind of glad that I went through those things because, like I said, I have a very strong relationship now because of that. Again, I make it very clear what I expect. I made it very clear what she can expect from me. And over the time that we've been together, I haven't faltered from what she expects from me, and she hasn't faltered what I expect from her. So it works. And we don't have like a traditional boyfriend, girlfriend. We don't use titles. Like I said, I don't want to use words that will suggest that I own her. She's her own person. She has her own thoughts. I think the relationship is stronger when she chooses to be on my team and we can move our family forward together when she chooses to do that. But if she says to herself, "Oh, I'm doing it because I'm his wife," or I'm his girlfriend," or it's a reason. She's not doing it because she wants to do it. She's doing it because of a reason. And so I always give her the freedom to choose. I've always given her the freedom to, when if she doesn't want to be here anymore, she always has the freedom to leave. Always. And I feel like that's what really makes our relationship strong. Like I said, we don't fight. We don't argue. I mean, we kind of tit for tat sometimes, but we don't have fights. We don't have arguments. We don't have the stupid drama. She sees that outside of what I do in my career, I stream every day. I take care of our kids. I got our kids on a schedule that they adhere to, regardless if they like it or not. It's just consistency. That's what I show her. And she feels safe in that consistency. So she opens herself up. I get more of her femininity, her feminine energy, which motivates me to move forward and to continue to do what I'm doing. So it's very different. Very different. You said I'm charging you $150 an hour to hear the testimonial. You know, at one point in time, gain weight, I considered, because I kind of got tired of, so when that whole, the dating thing, you know, like with what is it, the POAs or whatever you call them guys, the red pill guys that, you know, that says, you know, we should just hate women, blah, 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 blah. I mean, there is truths. I mean, women do lie. I mean, it's for whatever reason, they just feel comfortable in their lies. They're not going to tell you the truth if they lie to themselves. I mean, I think anybody that knows that knows that. But what I didn't get was why people cared that much. Like, why do you care that much? We're supposed to play a game with each other. It's that give and take between masculine and feminine energy. And until we get to that point of sexual polarity, we have that intimate moment with each other. We enjoy each other. And if we choose to stay with each other, we choose to stay with each other. If we don't, we don't. Honestly, I never got why people cared. But the information that these guys were giving people that are, I guess their whole idea of what women are is from Disney Channel or from the TV shows that they see, and they don't understand the other side of women. They're getting a misconception. Like, and this is no diss to anybody, but when someone says like dates, you should take somebody on a date. Like, think about what you're doing. Like I will tell you that I have not been on one date. I'll take my girl out, But all the females that I've been with, I have not had not one date with them at all. Dates? How do I want to say this? Girls do dates because that's the norm. It's the norm. Their friends are getting taken out on dates, so they expect to get taken out on dates. But I promise you, if she likes you, that no date is needed. All you have to do is approach her, talk to her. And one thing will usually lead to another. How do you get to that point with women? By bettering yourself. One of the things that women are always looking for is status, power, confidence, wealth. Wow, if you focus on yourself and get all those things, for whatever reason, you got to beat women off with a stick. That's what they naturally are attracted to. You don't have to. Why are you taking them on a date? Why are you walking with them on the park? You're trying to convince them that you're a suitable mate. But I feel like that's like the wrong way to approach that. That's just my personal opinion because of, I guess, my own life experience, because I've never had to do that. I've always focused on myself. I've always maintained my health. I was motivated to be better than what I was, and I was confident. And the women were attracted to that. And the women didn't care if I was talking to anybody else. It was, I want to experience that for myself. No one hasn't asked me, not one time, if I was ever talking to anybody. They didn't care. They did not care. Honestly, I figured that they knew that they were not the only person that I was talking to. But I will say at one point in my life, I did try that because I felt that maybe I was being an asshole. And when I started doing that, that's when I got the bad results. That's when I started seeing the results that I wasn't used to, like the games, because it's like, oh, what? Anyway. At one point in time, I did consider becoming one of those YouTubers and actually giving people real game and how to get the woman that you want. And it's just so easy. All you got to do is better yourself. Learn how to talk. Learn how to tell stories. Learn how to be emotionally intelligent. Emotional intelligence is probably one of the biggest things that you can do as a man. Learn how to tell stories. Learn how to make up stories. Think about it. Think about this. What are women doing majority of their time? They're watching something. They're being entertained by something. And what is that something that they're being entertained by? A story. Learn how to world build and build a role-playing game between you and your girl. But as men, we have to learn. I had to learn how to do it. How do I want to say it? I guess the term that people use, like the Pookies and the Ray Rays, those men understand that because, I mean, this is no disrespect or nothing, but it's just the reality of things. Men that are like son husbands to their moms understand this as well, because they became their mom's husband, and they understand the things that their mom likes. And so they are very popular with women because they're doing it with other women. But the downside of that is that they turn these women into their mom. They live on their couch. It's usually a woman that already has herself established, house, car, a lot of money. And these men turn these women into their mom. And so that's what I would recommend. You want to have a better relationship with your significant other. Learn these things. Understand why they work. And I promise you, the relationship that you have with your partner will be so different. So different. Anyway, I think that's about it. Well, Cave Trader, you really necessarily, I mean, that's the money and power thing. So, oh, well, actually, you do need power, but money is just a representation. Like, it's, if you're a powerful person, it's just one of those things, kind of like what you, if you focus on the process, the profits will come. That's how they see it. If you're a powerful person, if you're a motivated person, if you are going out and getting it, then money is just something that just happens because you're out here grinding and you're getting it. If you're using your money, that's why you see like what these YouTubers, they have all the money in the world and yet they still don't have the results that they want with the women that they want to have them with. The women that are in their lives are just there because they're getting, because of the status. It's like, oh yeah, I'm here, but he doesn't get to hit it the way he wants. He only gets to hit when I'm drunk enough or I've had enough mood altering substances to where I'm not aware of what's going on. You can kind of see it. These YouTubers have these women, they're there for like 2 seconds. They get the attention that they want and then they're gone. And these guys have status and money, but they don't have the power. It's really power. Kind of like with what's his name? Kind of like Will Smith. I don't think you can't, like, dude, Will Smith is probably one of the most successful people in the world. I don't see anybody being more successful than Will Smith. And he's living in Tupac's shadow. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? What is Tupac really good at? Tupac is really good at telling a story. Really great at storytelling. You can tell that Tupac was very emotionally intelligent. He played the image of a thug because that was the character that he needed to play in order for people to listen to him. But you can tell that that was not him. At least I can look at him and tell that he wasn't like that, but that's who he needed to play. You just have to. Anyway, you're not going to get more successful than Will Smith, and Will Smith doesn't even have the freaking the results that he wants with the woman that he loves. So it's yeah. You said he even looks like him now. Dude, it's yeah, I mean, she does, doesn't she? I can see why. Oh, well, I mean, when you understand, like, when you really understand why Tupac was very popular with women, you can understand it. Passion, power, storytelling, emotional intelligence. He was a great communicator. Great communicator. You see, I mean, shit, you just watch a Tupac interview and look how well he speaks. Look how articulate that he is. You can tell that he was an art student. You can tell. Very articulate. Knows what he was talking about. He was passionate about what he stood 10 toes on what he was talking about. He was passionate about that shit. Look at Michael Jackson. Passionate about it. And as men, if you learn to be like that, it's literally another world. It's literally another world. You'll see the other side. And all that stuff on YouTube, all that shit'll get you it'll get you nowhere. That's why those guys don't got. I feel like all those guys are like corny. They're all given wrong information. I feel like those are the people that wasn't popular with them growing up, and they watch like a James Bond movie or some shit like that, and It was like, yeah, this is how you do it. Like, no, that's not how you do it. And then they tell you to, to go out and practice and put yourself out there and shit like that. That right there just tells me that you really don't understand what you're doing, because that is not how the game is played. You keep that shit P. That's not how it's played. You go up and then somebody call you weird or call you a weirdo, or because the energy first has to be right. The energy got to be there. The energy has to be there. If the energy's not there, all you're gonna look like is a fool, a creep, a creeper. If she's not feeling you, no matter what you say or do, she's not gonna feel you. And I'm using that word literally. She has to feel you. Feel. She has to feel you. And if she doesn't like what she feels, well, there's nothing that you can do at that point. There's nothing you can do. I mean, I guess there is something you can do. You can go and you can better yourself. You can do that internal work, get your energy right. All that anxiety, stress, fear of rejection, all the feelings that makes up insecurity. You can feel that off of a person. I don't know if anybody is sensitive to the stuff like that, but you can kind of feel what somebody else is feeling. And if they're nervous, isn't it like let's just say that somebody that you consider a leader or someone that you depend on, just imagine, like maybe it could be your mom, your dad, a close friend. Just imagine if that person that you look up to becomes nervous. What does that do to you? Doesn't that also make you nervous? It's like, oh my God, this person is nervous. And even though you don't even know what that person is nervous about, you become nervous as well. Us humans, we resonate with each other, especially if you have an emotional attachment to that person. And in a sense, that's also true. You walk up to somebody with nervous energy, you're going to make them nervous. If you walk up to them with confidence, power, comfort, they're going to feel it and they're going to be comfortable too. If the energy is not right, then it's not going to be right. It's just not. Okay, I think that's about it. I think that's about it. I think we kind of talked about that. I guess enough. Just enough. That's why I gotta talk to Silver a certain way, man, before I gotta call her baby. I guess, hey, baby, please. 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 Think about the good times. Think about it. And then she says, you know what? You're right, baby. Let me hit that target first before I go in my intended direction. I know you're trading counter trend. I already took a trade, Investor Z. Shit, I'm done. I don't got any more accounts. I'm done until tomorrow. I got this account locked out until tomorrow. So shit, I already took the trade. I was able to make $1,900 in my funded account that I lost $2,700 in yesterday. Dude, man, that every time when I think that Lucid account is going to get blown, I seem to always find a way to bring that account back, man. You know how many times? Hold on, let me show y'all guys, man, because it's, well, no, I don't want to pull it up. I don't even want to look at it. But that Lucid account has been through a lot. It's been through a lot, but I was able to get that account to gold. So that account has already been paid for. And I've already got my return in that account, but man, that account has been like, dude, it's like it's green, 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 big red, green, 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 big red, green, 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 big red, green, green. Okay, payout, and then green, green, big red, and then green. Like, dude, it's almost like this TFD account, man. But I just had these big red days, and I keep telling myself that if I just lose one trade, then I'm just gonna stop for the day. But it just never seems to happen that way. It gets to the point to where it's like, yeah, the job ain't finished. I just lost this trade. I need to get this money back. I need to get this money back. Yeah, it's still alive. It's still there. I'll probably trade it tomorrow too. I mean, I'll have no choice but to trade it tomorrow. I have no choice but to trade it. But I do have too many accounts. And I think that's why I'm trying to blow some of them low key. I think that's why I'm trying to do it, because I have so many accounts. I have 1, 2, 3. I got like 6 accounts. I got 2 evals and 5 funded. So I got 7 accounts. And I think low key, subconsciously, trying to find trades in all 7 accounts throughout the day when the market necessarily doesn't give out too many opportunities. Yeah, I think that's probably why I'm like the bigger accounts. I find myself just like doing all kind of shit in them. So that's why I was like, I'm not gonna buy any more accounts, so I can kind of just focus on the accounts that I got now. And yeah, Top Step, I can, well, shit, I was only traded with 2 micros anyway, but now I have no choice but to trade 2 micros on silver, because I don't know if anybody saw that updated email with Top Step, but now you can only trade 2 micro contracts on the metals. So on gold, silver, on a 50K, you can only trade 2 micro contracts. 2 micro contracts is all you need on silver. I know Alfred was saying that maybe I should try 1 contract. And I have listened to that, Alfred. I think what I'm gonna do with the 1 contract. So there's so at a range, I'm going to trade with 2 contracts. But if I draw a fib, and because I'm starting to see, like, let's just say like I draw a fib. Let's say I draw a fib right there. Well, I mean, it's not a good example now, but I see that the market likes to go to that 50%. Like if we're trending, I've noticed that the market likes to sometimes reject off of that 50%. So I will probably, but then at the same time, sometimes it'll blow past that 50% and then kind of get in, like kind of swipe the 618 and then reject. But it's like hit or miss. It's like you have to pay attention to the context if it's going to reject at that 50 or if it's going to reject at that 618. So I'll probably put like maybe 1 contract with a 54 tick stop at the 50% if I think the market is going to reject at the 50. I'll do that. But the market does kind of like to go up past that 618 though. But if I do like the full leg, if I do the full leg, you can kind of see like that 50% of the full leg, the market kind of bounced at that 50% right there. So I mean, not necessarily. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, almost. It almost though, but yeah, I mean, the silver market kind of likes that 50%. It likes it better than gold. I will say that. I think. Well, not think. Gold likes that 618, 7. I'm just gonna round it up to 80. That little range between the 618 and 80%. That's the measure moves that gold likes. Silver likes that 50% and that 618. But you kind of have to be kind of careful about those areas because it will run it. That's why I just stick to the ranges and just I just stick to the closest fib next to structure near a range. Whichever fib is next to a range, that's where I take my trades. Just to keep it simple. But I do see that 50% get hit a lot. But it's hit or miss at that 50. Sometimes it'll go past the 50 and then I'll miss that 618 and kind of be in the middle of it and then reject. But if I were to get in, or if I would have gotten in at the 50%, it would have hit my stop and then gone in my direction. So that's why I'm keeping my eyes on the 50%, but I don't want to trade it just yet. I don't understand it at the moment. I don't understand why the market would sometimes go to the 50% and then other times it will trade right through it. Like I was kind of paying attention to that earlier today because we all know that the market opened with this big drop. So I was kind of paying attention to the 50% of it and it ran right through it. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And there was a range next to it too, which was kind of weird. That 50% was at 7,185. 7,185. Yeah, it was like right here. Right there, 7,185. And there was a range right here. So I was like, let me just pay attention to it and see it and see what happens. Usually when a big move, I don't like to trade these bigger moves because yeah, I don't like to trade it. Anyway, yeah, it missed. So it misses it right here. And then everybody that shorted right here at that 50%, you can see that they got stopped out of the position. So I just feel like that 50% is low key an inducement area, but at the same time, it sometimes works. Sometimes. If you take that trade 10 times, you probably get it like 3 or 4 times. I mean, even the 50% is not a 50-50 trade. It's literally like 30, 40. Yeah, literally 30, 40% of the time it'll work. But for the most part, the 60%, the bigger percentage of the trade is to the market. You say you think that the NQ breaks 24K and will continue to trend down? Well, the reason why, well, you know, I don't wait for the reaction because, I mean, yeah, you can see like if you get a signal candle, I feel like because of the market, how volatile the market is, getting that confirmation candle, you kind of have to be in at the right spot because let's just say that like right here. Well, I guess it did bounce at the 50, I guess. I guess the market is going in an uptrend. But like something like this, like what if someone took that, it broke the 50, you got a nice red I wouldn't call that a bearish engulfing candle, but it's a decent candle to short. People shorted this thing, it went into their favor, and then it just stops them out. I don't like trading like that because of the concern that I can get just stopped out at any moment. So that's why I just trade at the level so my risk to reward can be up here versus I can get in right here and get out somewhere down here. And the only thing that I have to do is just hope that I'm getting in at the right spot and it doesn't go too far and stop me out versus getting here at the break of that candle and then it's just shooting right back up. I don't want to get caught like that. Now we did catch this move right here. This is the move that we caught. Or no, it's not. No, it's not. It's not the move we caught. This is the move we caught. We caught this move right here. And then it pushes right back up. I don't know if it stopped me out. Or if I would have if I didn't take profits, or was it this one? Yeah, I think it was, it was this right here. It was this. It was this move. Well, even if it did come back and stop me out, or it did push back up, I don't know if it would have stopped me out. But that's why I don't necessarily like getting in like that, because this right here, I just got lucky. I got lucky on that, because it could have easily just popped back up and then went down. I might as well just trade at the area of supply instead of wait for confirmation. But that's just me. But I know that we trade differently. I'm just speaking on the reason why I just don't wait for the confirmation, because I don't trust it. And it usually doesn't work. Or at least on silver, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I mean, shit, y'all saw it yesterday how many times the market stopped me out and then went in my direction. NQ. I'm just, yeah, okay, so today's Thursday, Friday, so yes, tomorrow's the last day. Tomorrow's the last day. So I'm only going to trade one of my funded accounts tomorrow. Tomorrow. I'm only going to trade one. I got my other two locked up. I made money in my other two funded accounts, so I'm only going to trade one more tomorrow. I'm just going to wait for the setup. We'll see what happens with it, and then I'm going to lock out. Win or lose, I'm going to lock out afterwards. Because Fridays have just been notoriously crazy, and I don't think tomorrow is going to be any different. Okay. And shit, Alfred. And I have to, if I get a TPT account, I would definitely have to, I would have to find, I would have to figure something out. I definitely would have to figure something out. I would have to figure something out. I definitely would have to figure something out, because I already know if I'm trading silver, because I guess TPT only provides silver with a trailing drawdown. Man, I don't know. I feel like I'll be giving them an account. It's either it's going to go in my direction and I'm going to get the money that I need, or instantly blow the account. But I mean, I don't think, well, I guess I would definitely have to trail my stop, I guess. But man, I don't know. I guess I could consider the select account with Tradeify. I wouldn't have a trailing drawdown, but I only have $3,500 of which honestly, that's not bad. $3,500 is not bad. Not bad. But with silver though, that's if I take if I lose $700 per trade, I mean, I'll lose the account in 5 trades, but I could easily get past the buffer. I could easily get past it. Get that initial move and then potentially get a continuation move. Yeah, well, I didn't want to. Okay. Well, I didn't want to. Were you able to participate in that move, Cave Trader? It's crazy that Bitcoin. Silver actually did the same thing. Silver actually touched 60 or 63, I think. Yeah, silver got to the lows of like 63, I think. Yeah, 63. 63.9. Basically, well, like 64. 64, basically. 63.9. But I didn't even know silver dropped this much. I didn't think that we would ever see 60 underneath 80 in silver. I didn't expect that. But wasn't JP Morgan short down here? If they haven't closed their shorts, they've had to have closed their short. They probably trimmed some off because I know that there was kind of underwater in that short, and now that price has kind of come back underneath 75. They should be out of that position, or at least it'll kind of be foolish to not be out of their position. I know that that silver shorter, the guy that had that $36 million position, if he didn't get back into this short, I know he's not feeling too well right now. He was just early. He was right about his analysis, but he was just early. But honestly, I'm surprised. I mean, I would have to ask him, why did you think the market was going to short? Because, I mean, obviously the market went higher, but we had this big, massive drop. Like, it literally went from 120 to 63.9 in literally less than a week. We got that drop on Friday, and the market has been, since this week started, the market has worked its way down to 63.9. Gain weight says something about that too, which it's like, how the heck you knew that? How the hell you knew that? How did you know? Because it was so super bullish. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that the market wouldn't have gone down, but I mean, as it went down, I expected more of a rally, the same thing that the NASDAQ did. Every time that we saw drops on the NASDAQ, the late bulls bought that shit right back up. But we didn't see that in the metals. We just saw a complete crash. So, but all right, guys. I'm out of time for this session. I do appreciate everybody that joined me tonight. We'll definitely come back tomorrow morning, and we'll definitely look for more opportunities to earn some more money. And with that said, peace out, everybody, and